Hello, my name is Che, and I'm going to yarn to you about the Tree of Life activity. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the children of Aurukun and Lockhart who participated in this activity. I'd also like to thank the traditional owners of the communities for allowing us to work amongst their people and country. For the past 9 years, I've been working as a healing worker, and I'm currently working with the remote area Child and Youth Mental Health Service. Part of my role involves travelling with another practitioner, a clinician, to 2 remote communities across Cape York in Queensland, where we work with young children, youth and their families who are experiencing challenging times in their lives. Part of our role includes listening to the stories and then helping people to find ways that help keep their body, mind and spirit strong. When I first became aware of narrative therapy, in particular the Tree of Life, I felt that this could be an appropriate therapeutic tool that would help us to provide support to children and families in ways that were fulfilling to them and ourselves as workers. In the 9 years that I've been working in the healthcare system, many interventions emphasize clinical aspects and not storytelling. We are using the Tree of Life activity to find the hidden stories that children have. Stories about their culture, activities they enjoy, their skills, aspirations, and their values, and where these came from. It is also a way of responding to children who are living in chaotic communities in a manner that is less likely to recreate trauma, and which brings to light children's own skills and knowledges on how they deal with challenges in their life. In Australia, the experiences that have made children vulnerable are related to the histories surrounding colonisation of this continent. The biggest effect appears to be the loss of the kinship system, the critical mass that were able to pass on values that encourage social, emotional, physical and environmental well-being. And this in turn has created a very confusing and volatile environment that children are being born into. In the community of Lockhart, I work alongside my colleague Radhika. We have been meeting with 9 and 10-year-olds, and gradually over a few weeks, we have been helping them to draw their Tree of Life. In Aurukun, I met with children of the same age group, and we did the activity in the space of a day. There are different ways and ages that this activity can be used with. When we did this activity with children, they chose a variety of trees to draw. Coconut trees, mango trees, orange, apple, and even a love heart tree. The children start off with drawing a tree. When they have completed this, we then ask them different questions around the parts of the tree. The roots, the ground, the trunk, the branches, the leaves and the fruit. The roots represent the children's traditional homelands, their language and their kinship ties. It also provides a chance for them to talk about an aspect of their kinship, their totem. Some children didn't know their totems, but with the help of their teacher aid, they were able to identify them. We found that some children who weren't sure of their totems actually went home and asked their family members what it was. The ground represents the activities that the children were doing in their spare time, and the trunk of their tree represents the children's skills, abilities and values. So far we have discovered a range of different things these children enjoy and are good at. These include long distance running, listening to music, swimming, hunting, reading and writing, spelling, dancing, drawing, skipping, cooking scrambled eggs and doing front and back flicks. We also ask the children to tell us stories about where they learnt these skills from. One young girl from Aurukun told us, "My great-grandmother, Winnie, was where I learnt things from." She told us she didn't even meet her, that she had died before she was born, but that she felt a deep love for her and carried her strong ways inside. She said she often thought of her in lonely times. These small hidden skills are significant. They are stories that trace the history of skills and abilities and how these are being passed down the generations. All the children were able to tell us something they were good at and to tell us who had taught them. They all had skills in their trunks. Next were the leaves on their tree. They represented people who the children held as special in their lives. I remember a story of a young boy told me about his dad. He told us, "My dad is someone who is important to me because he teaches me to hunt on the land and sea. He told me about my totem, the grass bird, and teaches me language. I don't see him every day because of his work, but when he is here, he takes me out on country. He makes the time to be with me." Others spoke of their friends, siblings, parents, and grandparents. As you can see, there are a variety of people who are significant in these children's lives. We are using the Tree of Life to find hidden stories, to try to build relationships with children, and in the very least, it allows us to engage with children in a non-threatening way. We are continuing to use the Tree of Life activity. We have only just begun, but we hope our work will contribute to the strengthening and connecting of children, youth, and their families.